So I farmed a day 3 Mageblood. So where's the thing? There you go. Mageblood over there. Age, it's like 2 days, 21 hours. It's still technically day 3. How did I farm my day 3 Mageblood? If there's like, I'll give you like 2 seconds to guess the strategy. It's gonna be in the title of the video anyway, so yeah, I just spoiled everything. It's gonna be yellow map, or specifically tier 7, tier 8 essence farming. Yeah, this is like the Atlas tree over here. It has my usual shit. I have shrine nodes to help you clear the maps, along with Niko nodes to buff you with packed with energy. Basically, that's it. So it's basically the same tree from like my older essence guides, except that this looks different. You know, they remove some stuff like this middle circle doesn't have. It's not Kirak anymore. They remove Kirak missions, even here and down here in the corners. Kirak missions are gone. You have this like weird map circle here now and whatnot, and then they put shrines over here because they move rogue exiles like over here for some reason. But anyways, that's it. So yeah, I currently have this is like 115 points over here. If you lack points, I suggest you can remove all these Scarab nodes over here. Yeah, just remove these Scarab nodes. Like you don't need these Scarab nodes. You're not really gonna get much Scarabs anyways. I just added them since why not, and I had the points. So yeah, I think this can be accessible as early as 80 something points and whatnot. You don't need that much points to actually get started on this. All you really need for this is you just need, I would say, like the map nodes just for map sustain, and then the essence nodes right here. You can even choose to like skip the delve and shrine nodes if you want to. They're not exactly needed, they're just there to help you clear the maps easier and faster. So if your build is weaker, on the weaker side, or if you just want to just get free damage and free movement speed, take the shrine nodes and the Niko nodes. It's basically a no-brainer. And I also have like 2 block nodes over here. I blocked Breach because there was a Calci bug last league where, so the Breach Hives last league interacted very weirdly with calcification. So what if you don't know what calcification is? It's the bread and butter of the strategy. This is the calcification essence, or essence scarab. So basically, rare monsters that are natural inhabitants in your area. So basically, rare monsters are turned into essences, and then you use this with 2 adversaries. So because each adversary will give you 4 packs of mirrored rare monsters. Mirrored means times 2. So basically, each Scarab is 16. Each Arab is 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. So you will get at least 16 essences per map. But that's not including the natural rare monsters that can spawn in your map, which are usually like 3 to 4 rare monsters per map. So you get a total of like 20 essences per map. And then you have stability and you have ascent. So that is the Scarab setup. And it's gonna be better than just running 3 Essence Scarabs, because each Essence Scarab only gives you 3. And then you can stack them up to like, you put 3 of them if you have a Sitzlock map device, which only gives you a total of 9. So normally, you get 16 from the calcification, you only get 9 from the Essence Scarab. The Essence Scarabs are cheaper, but if you want more bang for your buck, go for the calcification. Like I only use these Essence Scarabs if I'm like really dirt poor and I can't afford Calci at all. Once I can afford Calci, I switch to Calci as soon as possible, since they just give you more value. So calcification right now actually, this is like new favorite slots. I love them. It makes everything easier to buy. Calci is like 27 or like 25 chaos even if you actually go for buy orders. So that's 27. This is like 2 chaos. So let's see, 27. plus 2. Let's do a Scarab cost. Stability is 1 for 2. Let's just round it down to 1. And then I need 2 adversaries, which is I get 2 for 1 chaos basically, or 3 even. Like let's just round it down to 1 chaos again. It's gonna cost you 31 chaos per map. 31 chaos per map. You're gonna get the return of around close to like 1 div worth of essences. Unless divs right now are like stupidly expensive. How much are divs right now? Holy shit, they're 181. These were like 150, like 2 hours ago or something. I believe in the next hour it's gonna be like 190 or 200. Like by tomorrow they're gonna be like 220 or something. Like, oh gosh, prices are starting to go up. This is why I like to get Mageblood early, because Mageblood I bought actually for Mageblood you can buy for how much are Magebloods right now? 142. But you want the 4 flask Magebloods, which is also 142. So 144, 145. Yeah, around 145 divines. I actually bought mine for 150. So I actually, boohoo for me. I could have gotten like an 8 divine discount if I just waited a bit more, but I just wanted a Mageblood. So yeah, it's there. It's there already. So yeah, because divs were cheaper earlier. So it makes sense that divine prices are lower. So maybe it is the same amount though. Because let's actually do some effort. So I bought mine for 150, but divines were also worth 150 chaos or so. So it's a total of 2,500 chaos. Right now you can get it as cheap as 142, but divines are now 185. So 185 divided by 142, it's actually even more expensive in terms of chaos. My Mageblood is still cheaper. Even though it's cheaper in the divine cost, in terms of chaos cost, it is like way more expensive. Because I bought mine for basically around 22,500 chaos. And the prices are gonna go rapidly. And I do expect Magebloods to reach like by around week 1, they should be around the 200 divine mark, if not past that already. And then by week 2, that's when you probably see what the natural resting spot for Magebloods will be. It might be 250, it might be 300 divines. That just depends on like, how the meta evolves and whatnot. On how useful Mageblood will be, especially right now with the new belt. Because like the new belt is crazy, man. Like they basically baited us with the new belt. They didn't they didn't specify that the new belt will have like 1,000,000,000 rolls on them. And when you ID that belt, it's most likely gonna give you a 5C belt instead of like the multiple hundred divine belt that they were showcasing on the video. Yeah, we got baited. Okay, that's it. And then so I showed you Calci strat. I showed you Calci. Let's do a map showcase. Okay, map not good. Oops. There we go. City Square. Yeah, Atlas changed, and whatnot. So that's it. I mean, it's still the same though. You still get your 5th slot from doing Maven 10 map boss, and you get your 6th slot from doing a tier 17, or like it's called a nightmare map now. So if you can't clear actually nightmare maps and you can't get your 6th slot because your build is too weak or whatever, you can just go on the Forbidden Trove TFT, and then you can go to T70 map carry right here, and you can buy a carry for around 25, 30 chaos. Sometimes they can go as low as like 20, but I think the going rate now is like 25. So yeah, that also. I bought mine for 20 chaos, my carry, because my build was like absolutely shit on day 1, and I couldn't and I couldn't clear it, and I couldn't be bothered to gear up because I know I don't really gear up that heavily on day one because I am basically rushing for Mageblood. So I just and you don't really need that much power for doing tier 7 essences because like I would say the bare minimum to be able to clear tier 17 essences are T16 map bosses. If you can do tier 16 map bosses, you can do tier 7 essences. That's about it. That's why I don't need much gear. So I don't really bother heavily gearing up. That's why, for me, it's just more cost efficient to just, I can just do like, I can just do chaos recipe for like 10 tries, 10 sets, and that's like 20 chaos, and that's basically, that is, basically my map device slot. I do intend to like clear the nightmare maps on my own though. Once I actually gear this up properly. So yeah, when you go into these maps, by the way, you should bring at least like a stack of Val Orbs. Because if you're an older player and you're wondering why I don't have Remnants of Corruption, Remnants of Corruption do not exist anymore. They've been replaced by Val Orbs if you haven't played quite recently. So yeah. So you use the Val Orbs on Meds essences. That's gonna be Mystery, Envy, Dread, Scorn, MEDS. And that will give you a chance to get the Corrupted essences, which are the more expensive and highly sought essences. Especially Essence of Horror. Essence of Horror is like the most valuable essence, hands down. Because you can just craft some really crazy stuff with that essence. And the only way to get Essence of Horror is by using Val Orbs on the med. For example, this one, Scorn, MEDS Scorn. I clicked that, it didn't turn into a Corrupted Essences. Maybe we'll get lucky across this run. As you can see, yeah, like essences are like no pushovers, even if this is only a tier 6 map, tier 7 map rather. So, you do not want to fight these with day 1 gear. Oh, there we go. The Meds Essence turn into a Hysteria. The Val Orb work. You do not want to fight these on tier 16 maps. They will shred you. I am not even joking. Even my build right now, that seems to be like doing like really well, will have like severe issues with dealing with tier 16 essences. Because they hit harder and they're tankier. And my build is not really good for sustained combat. At least not yet, because I haven't geared it up properly. Because I should be getting block eventually on the build. Actually, it's Valen. I'm curious, how much is Valen? Actually, that won't work because that doesn't work there. How much is Valen? Because I want Valen for my build. That's my next goal. 45 dibs! That's cheap. I'll get it soon. Yeah, I'll farm it after this video. Because I do need Valen for a build. It's so cheap. Because I need to get it before it goes up into the 200 Divine Mark too. Like it did last week. So yeah, I'm supposed to have block. And that's supposed to be my sustain. But as of now, I'm heavily relying on evasion from Grace and my Mind Over Matter with Archmage. Typical Mana Man setup. Oops. That was double purple essence and I didn't Valor, but my bad. Oh yeah, I'm playing a Ice Nova of Frostbolt's build. Yeah. It's a build from Spicy Sushi. It was his league starter last league. Like I was supposed to play this last league, but I played RF instead, because of course I did. Because this build deals a lot more damage on RF, man. Like way more damage. RF is just, RF is just like a lot smoother to play. And like way tankier.
What is your desire?
So okay, I like doing my
Interesting choice.
mirages at the end of the map. I go back to the end of the map and then I leave a portal in case I die. So I don't need to do a walk of shame. And then enter here and then you're gonna grab more essences. Hopefully more essences. Sometimes we don't like see. Okay, we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 essences for free. That's why calcification is like really good. Because the calcification will give you the... So if you notice, this was one essence right here. This was just a natural rare. Well, this is a rare that came from the adversaries. You can tell because they're mirrored. They're basically the same. As you can see, extra chaos damage hasted, extra chaos damage hasted. These are the same, this is the same rare. Except they've been mirrored. But this came from the adversaries. Which means if you hit it with the Mirage, it's like more value. Because you're gonna get, instead of one essence, you're gonna get 2 essences instead of 1. Okay, nothing over here. Let's move here. Let's grab the shrine first. Oh, there's more essences over there. Let me clear this first. And the Mirages over here, they follow your Atlas tree too. So that's why Mirages are like, you know, they're really good. It's like a pretty good league for juicing right now. You basically get like extra value for your Scarabs and whatnot. And you know, if you have a map that costs like 1 divine or whatever, if you're gonna have double the value over here. Well, not exactly double the value, since this is only, I would say, like 1/3 of the map. But at least you get like 1/3 of the map again, though. So it's like free essences. Okay, I had a total of 6 essences. No, not 6. 1, 2, 7 essences in total for free.
You are accomplishing
The highest I've gotten is like 11 essences from like 1 Mirage, which is like
You fight like
so
a
much
guitar.
free essences, you know, compared to last league where you actually lost essences because of the hives. The hives were eating up to 33% of your essences, like 1/3 of your essences that came from Calci just straight up gone because of the hives and how they interacted. It was a bug that they never fixed, and I still believe it's not fixed. That's why I have it blocked. I don't want to deal with the Calci bug ever again. Like, I like Breach is gonna be fun, but not with essences. Not with how I know it will interact. So yeah. That's how I just did that for like 2 days. I'm not really sure how much I've actually earned on that one. But yeah, it's in terms of like div per hour, it was like 10 divs per hour when I was starting out. Like this one over here. This is a total of 20 maps right here. But yeah, apparently it actually went down in value. But it's still pretty good though, considering like how easy it is. Because you're doing it in tier 7 maps, which means like you need, like I said, like my gear is not as optimized as I want it to be. Because I don't need to. I could get an upgrade for my ring, for example. That's probably gonna boost me to around, hopefully 1000 mana. Or at least 8.5k or something. And whatnot, I could get like a corrupted Kitava Stirs, and then I could just replace this Worm Sign with more like a rare glove, and I could get like Anathema, which would allow me to cast up to like 4 curses, so I can even do more damage. So like there's like, as you could see, and I could also like get like Cloak of Defiance as my chest. So there's like a lot more upgrades that I would normally do if I was aiming for tier 16 content. The thing is, I'm not aiming for tier 16 content, I'm aiming for tier 7 content. And that's why I don't need to upgrade, so I didn't upgrade, and that allows me to just rush all the way to Mageblood as early as possible before the prices skyrocket to hell. Or to hell, skyrocket to the moon rather. Why is it to hell? Anyways, video has been going on for like way too long now. I'm now gonna farm Svalin, I just need 20 divines more. Probably just, I don't know. It's like late right here. It's like 1 a.m. already. I'll probably farm Svalin tomorrow. Surely it doesn't go up overnight, right? At worst, it can go up to like 60 divines, which is still fine, I guess. Like whatever. Or like 50 divines, maybe. They're all like 45s. Pretty good. Anyways, that's just gonna be my shopping list. For next time. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I will leave the PoE planner link in the description. I also have like a note section here if you forgot what scarabs I use. This is what I just used over here. The expensive no crystal resto. This is the go-to strat. I see it has 5 stars. You know, it is Mblade 01 approved. This one is, you know, like this one's usable if you're like really dirt poor, but this is what I will suggest, you know. This is what I use right here. Okay. That's it. Hope you had like an awesome league launch and whatnot. And oh, I guess like since I deal with for all of my stuff, like I could, if you want to join my Discord for whatever reason, if you want like my anime loot filter sounds, they're over here. If you're like a completely new player, I have like third-party links. If you don't know what they are or whatever, I'm not gonna make a video about it. They're just like here, or like whatever. Like Atlas strats, I do publish. I do have other strats aside from essences. Shocker. But yeah, I have like other strats here that I will update as the league comes along, because like I said, they're not updated anymore because they have like this new Atlas 3 and I need to like probably do everything from scratch though and whatnot. I have some cheat sheets over here. I have some sort of a essence cult community, you know. I have like an essence cult here. We hang out here in the safe house and like talk about you know, like, talk about stuff, you know, like we're basically just, you know, like why are people not farming essences enough? Yeah, basically if you want to join my essence cult, yeah, this Discord link is gonna be down in the description, and that's gonna be it for me, you know. Day 3 MB, baby. Day 3 MB. It's still day 3. And I've only played for like 2 days or whatever. Like, slash played is 1 day, 22 hours. Yeah, boy. Alright, I'll see you guys next league. Bye bye.